Hi guys, so this is a continuation of our series, our ShopEasy contact center solution that we are building. If you are new here, this is a series project that we are doing, requested by one of my subscribers that who wanted to understand how to build an actual contact center on Amazon Connect from end to end. So this is a use case which we are building. Just you are building as per the flow, you keep on building and you keep on going. So this is a fun ride. If you are new and then you don't have any Amazon Connect experience, and then you would want to see how we set everything up, you can check the first video. It's very simple, where we create our queues, routing profiles, added agents to our contact center, set up our hours of operation for our contact center. I did explain that, and then everything is fine. In this video, what we are going to do is to create our actual contact center flow. So I'll quickly jump right into that. So what I have is a dummy flow that I started right before just trying to just do this thing live. A dummy flow that I started. I'm going to walk us through, and then we are going to iterate about that so that I don't spend so much time doing drag and drops and all that. If you are very new to Amazon Connect and you don't have any experience whatsoever, what you can do is to check out our contact center engineer series, right? Become a contact center engineer series, where I take my time to explain virtually all the things that we are using here. You can check it out, but also you can follow along in here, and then I'll do my best to explain some of the key concepts as we go. So what we are going to do is to create our first inbound flow. When we say inbound flow, an inbound flow is pretty much a flow that says that things are coming in. In Connect, just a quick recap. We have multiple flows. We have customer queue flows, we have customer hold, whisper flows, and then agent flows. Pretty much anytime you see any flow that is a whisper flow, it says it's kind of whispering something. If you call a call center, mostly you hear this call may be recorded for monitoring purposes. Sometimes it comes in from the whisper flow. It's whispering to you. There are customer whisper flows and agent whisper flow. Agent whisper flows. What the agent whisper flow means is that those are the things that the agent hears when a call comes in. And then customer whisper, things that the customer hears when there is a contact. We have something we call customer queue flow, which is very delicate, that we are going to work in. A customer queue flow is pretty much a flow where describes the in-queue experience, right? So when someone is in queue, when someone is in the waiting area, waiting to be connected to an agent, what is the experience they get? Those experiences are defined in the customer queue flows. And then we have our inbound flow, which are primarily our main flows. We have transfer to agent flows and transfer to queue. So there are things in Connect like Quick Connect. I'm able to transfer the call from one agent to the other. I'm able to bring other agents in there, merge them and all. Yeah, guys, so as you said, looking at my list, I don't have Quick Connect in there. But what I'll try to, oh no, there I still have Quick Connect, yeah. On episode 7. So once we get there, it's coming. I wanted to find ways to sneak it in there. So let's just jump right into it and then create our first inbound flow. So yeah, I'll click on create flow. So we don't spend so much time dragging and dropping stuff in here. I already have a contact flow I started. I'm going to import it. I'll walk you guys through it and I'll explain to us in much details for us to understand all the decision trees and then the changes. If you are new and then this is your first time working on a contact flow, if we are to make any changes and I'm adding a new block, what you do is you just drag and drop and then you're able to connect it. That is pretty much it in Connect. So I have my flow experience that I'm going to import. This is it. A very simple, and I'm going to connect my entry. For the purpose of this class, I'm going to have this JSON, contact flow JSON, ready available to you guys. All that you have to do is to import. How do you import? You come up here, you click on this, click on import, then you select the file from your local. It's a JSON document, and then it will come in like this. Then you just make the changes. Very simple and then quick to go. Else you will spend so much time just dragging and drop pen stuff. If you want to understand contact flows in details, you can check out our mastering contact flows video as part of the entire Connect series. So now to our contact flow, all we have in here is the first thing we are doing is to set login. The reason why we set login is this, so that we will have logs to trace our contact, right? If there are issues, we want to be able to resolve it in CloudWatch log. if you don't set login, you don't get those details in CloudWatch. So that's why we are setting login. Then we select the voice. If you don't select the voice, Connect has a voice that is going to use by default. One thing with Connect is that anything that you don't specifically define, it has a default value that is going to use behind the scenes. But I'm selecting voice and using Tiffany, and then I'm checking my hours of operation. So in the episode 1, what we did was to create our hours of operation for our contact center. So what I'm going to do is to select that specific hours of operation. That's our ShopEasy. And then what we are doing is that we are checking if it's in hours, that is our contact center is operational. We are going this route, and then we are playing "Thank you for calling ShopEasy. We are glad you called." A simple message. If it's out of hours, we are playing "Thank you for calling. Our offices are currently closed. We open on Monday through Friday. Please call back during those hours or visit our ShopEasy.com for help. Goodbye." And then we disconnect. Now, if they come in and then we play our welcome message, we are giving them a menu option. What we are saying is to check for on an order or shipments, press 1. For returns or refunds, press 2. For anything else, press 3. And then to speak with our AI agents about anything at all, press 4, which we are going to include as we continue the series. Then what I've done is to add conditions. If you want to add more, modify it, you just click add on conditions, and then it will give you a different branching. Oops. So this is one way of doing stuff. And then if the person presses 1, for this part of the series, this is going to be a very simple and straightforward one because we've not done a lot of implementation. What I'm doing is if you press 1, I'm storing your path, right, as an attribute. See attributes more like variables for those as in tech, right? We are just storing it as a variable to determine, so that if you want to reuse it again, then we do it. Attributes are very important in Connect, right? They are pretty much key value stuff. So what we are doing is that from this, I'm just storing the parts the person chose. The person chose the one for others. So I'm storing that as attributes. You can choose not to do it. And then if they select one, at the end, what I'm doing is I'm setting working queue. Remember, we created our queue, and I'm setting this as a working queue. And then in here, I'm just going to select general support queue. Then once you select general support queue, what happens is that it goes to this transfer to queue block. So one thing you have to note in Connect is that after setting your queue, setting working queue, you have to transfer it to queue before the caller comes in queue for the person to be able to be contacted by an agent. If you don't do that, that wouldn't work. So I've transferred to queue. Then after that, if there is an error or anything, I just want to play this message to them. All these things are customizable. That's the beauty of Connect. Then we come in here. So this is a very simple contact flow that we seek to do. So the rest branching for now remains the same. If the person selects 2, the 2 is pretty much for returns. So I'm just going to select the returns queue. And then for the rest of the queues for now, I'm going to default all to the general support queue. So wherever I see another set working, because we created, I think 2 queues or something. No, we created 3, yeah. Yeah, so now I have my queue selected for all my set working queues. And then that's pretty much all that this contact flow is doing. So this is our first contact flow for ShopEasy main inbound flow. As I explained earlier, an inbound flow means contacts are coming into this line of business. So this is it. Everything is fine and well explained. So what I'm going to do is to publish my flow. There is an error. The name of the contact flow already exists. So I have to change it, I think. Oh, I think you guys wouldn't face the same error. Let me save it again. And let me try publishing. Oh, name exists how? I don't know why they are telling me name exists. Okay. Okay, I think I've resolved it. So I'm just going to save. Did it work now? This is weird. Sorry guys, let me just add one to mine. I don't know why. I'm still getting, probably I've saved a version earlier in the same account. Then I'll publish my contact flow. Yeah, so fail to publish, then it means there is an error somewhere. So if I want to get to understand the error the better, once I put it here, unexpected error. So there is something that is missing. Got you. Text to speech. Yeah, because I imported it, I think it didn't add the error branching, and then we need the error branching. I want the error branching to go to the same place where you have the default. Why is my drag and drop not working? Oops. Okay, hopefully this resolves it. Now let me publish. So my flow is published successfully. All right. So the next thing is to test this flow. And then the easiest way is to associate a phone number with our contact flow, then we place a test call to see if things work the way we expect them to work. So what I'm going to do is to come to phone numbers. If this is your first time build, then what you have to do is to claim a phone number. So I'll click on claim. And then you can select DID, enter the country code you want to use, and then you request for a number. I think I already have a number in this account, so there is no need for me to. All that I'm going to do is to point this to my flow. Click on save. And then I'm going to place a test call to this phone number. So I have a Google Voice that I use often. Hopefully you guys get to hear the sound. So what I'm going to do is that I might end the call, else I'll get a bit of a copyright issue with the connect default sound. So
Thank you for calling ShopEasy. We're glad you called. To check on an order or shipping, press 1. For returns or refunds, press 2. For anything else, press 3. To speak with our AI assistant about anything at all, press 4. You can press 0. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
all right, so what happened was we called, it came in and went into our customer queue. So where we had please wait as we connect you to the agent and all that, it's our customer queue flow. As I said earlier, if you don't define something in Connect in itself has its own default flows. As part of the series, we get to a point where we build our own customer queue flow. But for now, what happened was it came in and then went in here. So there is a short music. I don't know, probably in edit, sometimes YouTube have a copyright strike to that. So you might not hear that music. I might clip that bit out so that it doesn't strike. But again, this is the message. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us. And then it came in from the customer queue flow. So look at this. This is the customer queue flow. And then our first inbound call happened. But once you are testing it, you should be good to go. So this is our first flow. And then this is our first part of it all. In the next video, what we are going to do is to integrate a Lambda function. We are going to try and personalize the message a bit, and then we will take it up from there. So yeah, this is going to be a fun ride. If you are new here, kindly do well to give us a like, subscribe, and then there's a journey that we are on together. We are going to break stuff and then fix stuff all together. Thank you so much for watching, your like and your comments, and then let me know if you're at day 2 in the comment section. Let's go.